War of the Roses, one of the most significant and bloody conflicts in English history. This war, which lasted for over 30 years, was fought between two rival branches of the royal house of Plantagenet, the House of Lancaster, represented by a red rose, and the House of York, represented by a white rose. The war was fought between 1455 and 1485, and its consequences shaped English history for centuries to come. The origins of the War of the Roses can be traced back to the reign of King Edward III, who ruled from 1327 to 1377. Edward III had many children, and his descendants would go on to form the two branches of the Plantagenet family that would eventually fight each other for the English throne. The House of Lancaster was descended from Edward III's third son, John of Gaunt, while the House of York was descended from his fourth son, Edmund of Langley. The conflict between these two houses began in earnest in 1455, when Richard, Duke of York, challenged the authority of King Henry VI, who was a member of the House of Lancaster. Richard claimed that he had a better claim to the throne than Henry, and he gathered an army to support his claim. The two sides met in the Battle of St. Albans, which resulted in a victory for the House of York and the capture of King Henry VI. Over the next 30 years, the two houses would fight a series of battles, each side attempting to gain control of the English throne. These battles were often brutal and bloody, with both sides committing atrocities against each other. Some of the most significant battles of the War of the Roses include the battles of Towton, Tewkesbury, and Bosworth Field. The Battle of Towton, which took place in 1461, was the bloodiest battle of the war, with an estimated 28,000 casualties. The House of York emerged victorious, and Richard, Duke of York's son, Edward, was crowned King Edward IV. Edward's reign was relatively stable, but it was not long before the House of Lancaster regrouped and launched a new challenge for the throne. The Battle of Tewkesbury, fought in 1471, was another significant battle in the War of the Roses. This battle was a crushing defeat for the House of Lancaster, and it effectively ended their challenge to the throne. Edward IV's brother, Richard, Duke of Gloucester, played a key role in the battle, and he emerged as one of the most powerful figures in England. However, the War of the Roses was far from over. In 1483, King Edward IV died suddenly, leaving behind two young sons. Richard, Duke of Gloucester, seized the opportunity and took the throne for himself, becoming King Richard III. His reign was short-lived, however, as Henry Tudor, a member of the House of Lancaster, raised an army and challenged his claim to the throne. The final battle of the War of the Roses took place at Bosworth Field in 1485. Henry Tudor emerged victorious, and Richard III was killed in the battle. Henry Tudor was crowned King Henry VII, and he established the Tudor dynasty, which would rule England for over a century. The War of the Roses had a profound impact on English history. It resulted in the deaths of many nobles and commoners alike, and it left the country deeply divided. The Tudor dynasty that emerged from the conflict would bring stability and prosperity to England, but it also marked the end of the Plantagenet dynasty, which had ruled England for over 3 centuries.